So it's the end of the year.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of shows.
Mm-hmm.
We've just done another one, the last one.
Yeah.
So we have to say goodbye to some people, sadly. So Stephen, you start. We've got a list. We'll
do.
go through the list.
So first on the list is Katie. She was renowned for her punctuality, which was exemplified by the fact that during 24 she showed up with literally seconds to spare before the call time for going on stage. So thank you, Katie. Thank you for that, because we don't like not being stressed in Comedy Sock.
No, stress is important. Next we've got Emmy Martin, who has been without fail at lots and lots of shows, always shouting out colourful suggestions for Shambles shows, livened up a lot of shows that I've been in, and generally just been a lovely person to have around.
Yeah.
We will miss you.
Oh, and then Joe Rawcliffe, the man who managed to win a prized article, which it is said will gain you entry into Comedy Sock shows for free for the rest of the year, which at the time he won it would have been about 10 shows. He showed up for around 2, so well done, Mr. Joe Rawcliffe.
Making the most of that prize there. Now, what can be said about world-renowned director and international playboy Rory McGregor? Well, we love him, but we hope that one day, he will be able to do a do-run without going out of time. One day.
Didn't Steph make that joke
One
in 24?
day, he will be able to go a do-run without going out of time.
Okay, so the next is Tristan, who he's a third year as far as the university are concerned, but he's a fresher to the society. He wrote the first Penderson sketch, which is what we're taking up to Edinburgh, and he's wrote so many other sketches since he started in first term, bringing his militaristic wing of comedy to our door. And I do hope that the office world that he's entering is every bit as surreal as the one that's in his mind.
Because, I mean, it's got to be. I mean, that's what we're all expecting. So,
yeah.
If it isn't, tell us, because we need to be prepared. Next, we've got Will Fever, who's been around for a long time. He was head of stand-up for a year. He's been at loads and loads of shows. He's just been a lovely person to have around. Just livening up every session in D-Bar after a show.
Yeah.
And again, just lovely. Thank you, Will.
Tom Cocker is the most adorable person in the world. Any show he's come to, his smile would spread throughout the audience, and he was a part of the Penderson Brothers cast of last term, and he's part of the P&C sketch show we're taking up to Edinburgh. And Tom, I'm really excited to be living in Edinburgh with you next in August, and I'm sorry to say goodbye to you, Tom.
Next we've got Simon Lewis, who's just an all-round lovely individual, really. He's helped maintain a fantastic link between Comedy Sock and Pantsock for the past year. He's helping us take the sketch show to the Fringe. He's been at lots of shows, and he's just lovely.
Yeah.
We'll be sad to see you go. Please don't.
So next is Tom. It's the law. Tom Keith. He's been on Hignify almost as long as the Hignify intro's been on Hignify, and he's one of the most quick-witted people I know. It's pretty scary, and we're all fairly sure that he's been sent to spy on us, but we don't know where from.
No, anyway, at the start of the year, Lewis decided to kill Got Booty in cold blood. He just took it out the back to an alley and shot it dead. He decided that it was just too complex. You know, it took a lot of manpower to write. There was a lot of... it was very production intensive. There was a weird sort of plot element to it that never really quite worked with it. So Sam Went, our head of writers, was tasked with coming up with an alternative. So Sam devised Chaotic Neutral, which, as we all know, is much simpler than... Well, it's easy to write. I mean, it's not as difficult to produce. I mean, all of the stuff we write for it goes into it. Sam made Chaotic Neutral. He's also had 3 successful years of, extremely good stand-up, sketch writing, panel show writing, and we wish you all the best.
But Rennie couldn't make the show today, but I knew that she'd want me to open with the word buts. If you've been around campus this year, you'll have seen her fabulous posters that have been around. They've been absolutely amazing. And Rennie absolutely adored this society because it was just full of people who loved making each other laugh and smile. And it also had people who had great butts.
It says in the notes that I am then to check Stephen's butt out. But I'm not going to do that. Mainly because we're sat down.
And he already knows what it looks like.
What? No, I don't.
You look.
No, I don't.
Anyway.
Not today, Daegu and Jam Judy Jam are just some of the words of wisdom that this man has left us with. Matthew Stolworthy is someone that automatically brightens any room that he walks into just by being in it. He managed to rope Ricky Tomlinson into being in his short film. He's penned a successful panel show in #winning, and is just a big ball of sunshine that we don't want to leave. Stols, please don't go. We love you. Don't leave. Please. Stay. Thank you.
The first, I know it's talking about the wrong society here, but the first Barn show I saw, which the first one of my first year, was in York, had Mungo on stage, and he absolutely stole the show. And that's just the thing about Mungo. Every time I've seen him do something, he's just this massive ball of talent, but he's just so humble about it. He can walk out on stage and be absolutely incredible, then afterwards just walk out and go, "Oh, hi Stephen, have you had a nice day?" And it won't be about the fact that he's just being incredible. He'll genuinely care about his friends and want to know that they're doing okay. And his talent is like, he manages, he's been shambling, acting, writing, he can do his stand-up, he can coat himself in as much whimsy as he does coat himself in corduroy. He's so groundful, and he's charming and wonderful, and it's been a pleasure to know him, and it is going to be very hard to say goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Now, George Hughes is a man that you cannot fail to just love. His presence on stage is like that of a manic raccoon. There's a mad glint in his eye no matter what he's doing, whether he's on like Hignify or shambling. I'm genuinely scared for my safety most of the time, but I know that if I am to die on stage, at least it'll be fun. On top of that, he's waged war against the evil bollards, and despite him staying extraordinarily quiet about it, I mean, I didn't know this, he's the voice of the buses now.
Is he the voice of
He's
the buses?
the voice of
He's
the
the voice of the
He
buses!
is the
I
voice
did
of
not
the
know he's the
buses.
voice of the
So
buses.
even though he is technically leaving, there will be a bit of George that stays in York, telling people where they are at all times. Take that as either creepy or endearing, it's up to you.
Right. I think we're pretty much wrapped up. Are the much important people left?
Oh,
Liz! Yeah, of course.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Liz, thank you.
Liz has been great. She has teched nearly all of our shows this year, always with a smile, and we're all useless, and she knows exactly what's going on. She's taught us all how to use the tech, and she helps us set us up, take it down, and always with a smile. She tells us the health and safety stuff so we don't get electrocuted, which is great. And always, she's just been a permanent friendly fixture at the front of the thing. So especially if you're on stage, you can look over, and it's just a friendly face at the tech, and she can look over, and at least one person knows what they're doing, and that's just a little bit of confidence.
Which
for
is
you.
nice.
Yeah.
And you know that she's not going to let you die.
Yeah.
Which is good.
And it's just great. She's been one of the biggest constants of the year.
Yeah.
It's going to be very sad to see her go.
Yeah. Now, the first words that Blaine Keneally said to me were, "We have the same hair and the same glasses." Now, times have changed. We no longer have the same glasses. Hair has diverged slightly. But Blaine has spent the year managing to hoard us lots and lots of money. Blaine is essentially the comedy sock dragon. What you haven't seen is that backstage he's been applying for grants and all sorts. We're loaded now, which is nice. Blaine is sat on a big pile of comedy sock gold. On top of that, he's been an excellent shamble. He's split sides with stand-up. He brought Who Needs Answers to 24, and the Blaine Witch Project, which he did survive.
It was fiction.
Yeah, he wrote that. That was from his mind.
It was a joke.
It was, yeah. which is nice. And he's essentially been a powerhouse of funny and money for the past year. I wasn't going to say that. That was an improv rhyme.
You should audition for the Shambles, James.
I should do that. That would be fun.
So right, in my Freshers Week 2 years ago, I saw most of the people on this list were involved in one way or another in the Got Booty Shambles double bill, and in the themed restaurant game, and I was completely blown away by the talent. I was so intimidated by the society. And in the themed restaurant game, I was taken outside by Louise, and she was just so warm and kind. She showed there was a human side to the society. It wasn't just cold, heartless comedy robots who were brilliant. There was this brilliant warmth to everyone. Aww. And in these 2 years, everyone can pretty much agree that in one way or another, Louise will have been the mum to someone in the society somehow. I mean, whether she can make any problem that you'd had, she'd help go away. And mums always know how to do something, whether it's writing or singing or acting or doing all of them at the same doing all of them at the same time. And it was hard to write this because it made the goodbye feel more real. And I'm just really glad that you're actually still around next year.
This is exhausting. We're at what, 11 minutes 25.
I'm so tired and sad. I can't do this anymore.
Should we just outsource it?
Yeah, we've got enough members.
We'll let them do it.
Bye, Lewis.
Bye. See ya. Yeah.